So we have learned a little bit about possessives today, and there's one last thing to talk about with possessives, and that's how not to confuse possessives with the verb be, which we learned about in Module 1. So sometimes we use that apostrophe S, and that apostrophe S can be both is or has. So we need to know when it is or when it becomes has for possessive. So we're going to look at possessives or be here on the board. And I have put some examples on the board for you so that you can kind of see the different uses and decide when is it a possessive and when is it be. Okay, so let's look at these examples. So the first one, she's a teacher. She's a teacher. So is it be or is it possessive? Think about the sentence. It's a very short sentence. Where is the verb? Where is the verb at? Okay, most likely, right, here is my verb. And because I don't have a got in there, it's very likely that I'm saying is, okay? She is a teacher. She's a teacher. It's very unlikely that I would say she has a teacher. She has a teacher. Most likely I would say the word has. Most of the time that's how we're going to do that. Maybe someone would say she's a teacher. It's very short and it's very informal. It's not normal for people to say she's a and them to mean has. So just remember, if it's the only verb in the sentence, most likely it's going to be, okay? So this first one is be. The next one, she's got a teacher. It's very obvious. It's very obvious that this means has, right? So this is going to be she has a teacher. So this is our possessive. Next one, he's 89 years old. Well, we're talking about information about the person. So we know that it's going to be he is. He is, just like she is a teacher, well, he is 89 years old. So this is going to be a be again. Your dog's toys are old. Your dog's toys. Now we can quickly look at this sentence and understand, well, whose dog? My dog, okay. Oops, I forgot to put a your. Let me correct my mistake there. It's actually your dogs, not you dogs. So your dog's toys. We asked the question, whose toys? Well, the dog's toys, right? The toys that belong to the dog. So we know that this is going to be has, it's going to be a possessive. Whose toys? Dog's toys. Not that your dog is a toy, right? It could be a toy to you, but your dog is not a toy. It's a family member, hopefully. So let's look at this one now here. Your, again, I made a mistake. I have to add my R there. Your grandpa's fat. Are we talking about what grandpa owns or what grandpa is? Okay. Is he fat or does he have fat? Now, if he has fat, that literally means that he has, like in his hands, fat. That's not normal, okay? We don't think of that normally. Normally we think of big old fat grandpa. So in this case, we are talking about your grandpa is. Your grandpa is fat, so it's a form of be. Let's look at our other 5 examples. And I didn't finish my sentence on most of these here, but it doesn't need to be finished for you to understand whether or not it's be or has. So, the teacher's gray hair. Well, does gray hair do anything? Does hair do anything? Not really, okay? So there's not really an action to be done here. It's not an is, okay? The teacher is gray hair. That means that your teacher is nothing but a big pile of gray hair, which is not what a teacher is. Maybe some teachers, but right, in this case, we are saying your teacher has some gray hair. The next one, the Jones Company, the Joneses Company. So we're not saying the Jones is company, are we? We're talking about the company that the Joneses have. They have a company. So we know it's going to be has here. My grandpa's old car. Very easy to understand here. Is your grandpa an old car? No, your grandpa is not an old car. He probably has an old car, but he is not an old car. So we understand that we're saying has. Your grandpa has an old car. Our dog's running. Okay, our dog's running. Can your dog have run? Can it have running? No. So we know in this case that this is the verb is. It's the verb be. And also, this is present continuous. And we'll learn about present continuous in another module later on. Their son's in third grade. So their son is in third grade, right? We're going to say is here because we can't say he has third grade. He doesn't have an entire classroom full of children. He is one of those children. So just remember that there is a difference between is and has when we look at these apostrophe S's. Okay, so that's how apostrophe S can be either a be or a has, and you're going to have to know the difference between those two. For more practice on this, do Module 6, Exercise C. So that has some questions there to help you see the difference between those two. If you don't have our homework, go ahead and like us right here on YouTube, but also come over to us on Facebook. We have a full classroom running there, and we'd always answer some questions about the homework that we have downloaded. You can get that for free, and so I hope to see you in that classroom, okay? I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. Free materials there to give you some practice. This is, so that is how,